Welcome to Boxing Profiles. I'm your host, Tony Prince. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today? Hey, guys. I want to talk to you guys about something that's very, very serious in boxing. I don't know if you guys realized it. Just this year alone, there was 3 fights that had very, very poor decision making when it came to the end of the fight. And I'm going to put all 3 fights up on the screen. They might be up right now. The first fight, I'm going to try to go chronological order, but the first fight was the O'Shaquie Foster fight and Conceição. The second fight was Boachuk and Ortiz. And the third fight just recently happened a couple weeks ago was Beterbiev and Bivol. In each and every fight, we seen piss poor judgment from judges. We've seen bad decisions from referees. And who's holding these people accountable? Now, we know that the referees, if they make a bad decision, the fans get all on them and they say this, they say that. We experienced that with Tony Weeks. There's several of the referees out there that done it and the fans got on them. But who does it to the judges? No one does that to the judges, okay? I mean, look, in the O'Shaquie Foster and the Conceição fight, okay? Conceição, he was trying to come forward, but O'Shaquie Foster was neutralizing everything he did. He did a masterclass of boxing, but yet Conceição won the fight, even though it was a landslide. It was like 119 to like 109 for O'Shaquie Foster. But the judges didn't see it that way. They used this term that they called effective aggression. Now, let me break this down to you. Effective aggression, what is that supposed to be? Where did it come from? Okay? I don't even know where that even came from, effective aggression. No sanctioning body in any of the rules say that effective aggression gets any type of points. Okay? You only get points for punches that landed. Period. That's it. Okay? So where did effective aggression come from? Who put that narrative out there, and why are they using effective aggression to give these fights to fighters that just because they're moving forward? You could move forward and get your brains bashed in, okay? And you have effective aggression, but you get your brains bashed in, so that means you're going to give them the fight? Perfect example. Bivol, masterclass of boxing against Beterbiev. Moving forward, the man that's supposed to be the monster couldn't knock him out. Okay? Because of Bivol's foot movement. Okay? One thing that Hector Camacho Jr. told me, okay, directly to my face. He told me, he said, man, you a great fighter. You got great fighters. Okay? They got beautiful hands. He said, but you know what, Prince? You got to get these guys to move. Your feet take you in and your feet get you out. Okay? And that's coming from Hector Camacho Jr., who everybody knows who Hector Camacho Sr. was, okay? World-class fighter, okay? All right? So look, the bottom line to this is this effective aggression. I'm going to stay on this for a brief moment. Effective aggression, what is it? I mean, can anybody tell me what this effective aggression is and what points do you get from it? What sanctioning body and what organization gives you points for effective aggression? Why are the judges even using it? The judges have some sort of training when it comes to boxing, what they're supposed to be scoring on. Why are the judges getting away from it? Okay, and then what about some of these fights? Boachuk Ortiz, okay, where Boachuk he drops Ortiz twice, 2 10-8 rounds. And Boachuk was continuing to win in rounds. So how is it that Ortiz wind up winning the fight? Because Ortiz he started being a little bit more aggressive after he got knocked down twice. And then they say, well, that was effective aggression, so he won the fight based on that alone? Come on, dudes, that make no sense. Stop robbing these guys and the guys that are putting in the work. Do you understand that these guys put in blood, sweat, and tears, okay? These guys are putting their lives on the line, man, for these guys to win this fight. This is how these guys make a living, dude. They do this stuff every day in, day out, okay? And then to have a judge come up and make a shitty decision doesn't make any sense, okay? Number one. Number two, me as a fan, Why in the world do I want to spend $80, $90, almost $100 for to watch a fight that I'm thinking is going to be exciting, just to have a judge ruin the whole night by making a bad decision? It doesn't make sense. It needs to stop. And there's got to be an alternative. And there are alternatives out there. Well, the first alternative that I say that we should do, okay, is we got to take the judges out of the fight. And one way to do that is bring back the 15 rounds. That's right, folks. Bring back the 15 rounds of fighting. Why you say that? Because here's what happened. Okay, I grew up in the golden era. When I fight, we had to fight 15 rounds. Okay, 45 minutes of fighting. Okay? Okay, 45 minutes of fighting is what we had to do at that particular time. Okay? And yes, guys got hurt. Guys got mangled up. Guys got brain damage. But look, boxing is straight savagery. Am I saying for you to go in there and get beat up? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you had to know offense, you had to know defense, you had to know all this stuff before you stepped in that ring. Okay? All right, today's fighter, they only fight 12 rounds, but we see the referee giving the fights to guys that didn't deserve it. It has to stop, okay? And the reason why I say bring back the 15 rounds is because of this. Either you're going to win the first half of the fight, lose the latter half of the fight, or you're going to be in that great of a shape that you could win the whole 15 rounds. Okay, more than likely, if your opponent is not in the shape that you're in, there's usually a knockout. So if there's a knockout, you eliminate the referees. Okay, and the other thing that we could do is we can have alternative judges. We can let the experts decide. Now, here's the question. Who are the experts? Well, I'm going to tell you who the experts are. The experts is not the fans. Okay. And it's definitely not the guys that are out there that are casuals. The experts are the guys that fought before inside of the ring. Okay? These are the experts. Okay? You guys like Sean Porter's an expert. Okay? Lo and behold, Timothy Bradley, even though he says a lot of nonsense sometimes, he talks out the side of his neck. Okay? But he is still an expert in the things that he says, though. Okay? All right, we got Earl Spence is considered an expert. We got Chris Algieri's an expert. We got Paulie Malignaggi, that's an expert. We got Tony Atlas, who is an expert. Okay, and you know what? The experts are the people that do it every single day. Those are the experts. Okay, so coaches like myself, former fighters like myself. Okay, we are the experts. Okay, we're the ones that truly, truly know boxing. Okay, no boxing fan. Okay, if you never done it before, don't try to act like you're an expert. You may have great knowledge and all that other stuff. That's one thing. But when it comes to making bad decisions, bro, it's got to stop. Okay, we need to have people, alternative judges, and the guys that are experts that can overrule what the judge says, especially when he makes a bad decision. Especially if you got a panel of another panel of 4 judges. Okay, and you got 4 judges that sit around ringside, or 3 judges that sit around ringside, and then 2 of the judges are right and 1 is wrong, and that can cost the fight. Okay, then you got the other panel could say, hey, wait a minute, we don't agree with that decision. We're going to override what Judge 3 said, and the person that won the fight was Shockey Foster. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Because all it takes is one judge to make to throw the whole fight off. That's all it takes. Okay. Now, guys, you know, you can see the fights that are here. All 3 fights are right there. Okay. And this happened this year. Okay. These 3 fights this year. Okay. Now, look, in the beginning of all the fights, right? When they're doing the announcements and stuff like that, they always say who the judges are. So we need to keep an accurate record and more video on who are the judges that are judging these fights. And let's put together and see if there's a pattern amongst these judges and certain names of these judges that they do this consistently. Let's find out. Are they just making just bad decisions because they really don't know boxing? Or are they doing it consistently? If they're doing it consistently, then we need to make complaints to the Nevada State Athletic Commission. We need to make complaints to the California State Athletic Commission and any of the other commissions that are out there. Because these guys right here are working for you. Okay, which makes you directly responsible for what their actions are. Okay, so we as podcasters, we need to come together. We need to say, hey, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. The way to stop this is for us to call these guys out, is for us to send those complaints in to say, hey, you know what? This guy did this. He did this on this date. He did this on that date. He did this on this fight. He did this on that fight. And it has to stop because that person shouldn't be a judge. How long is it going to take? We have that video evidence. The world sees the video evidence of these guys making bad decisions. Now, in the Shockey Foster fight, what was so intriguing to me was this. You had Shockey Foster pitch a shutout. Okay? One of the announcers, he said in that particular fight that the 3-judge panel that he had were basically really inexperienced judges. Now that kind of threw me off a little bit because at first I didn't hear that, but when I went back and looked at the fight again and then I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. Why did he even bring that up was the question. Okay, I'm not accusing the announcer of anything. All I'm just saying is, why did he even bring that up? That these judges happened to be inexperienced judges. One judge only, I guess he only did judged only 6 championship fights, and I think the one with the most experience, he had judged maybe 25 fights. Okay, so the bottom line to it is this: why did that even come up? Why was that even part of something that the announcer would even say? You know, so I have to do one of those things like Arsenio Hall used to do. You know, come on, guys, really? I mean, it just sounds a little funky to me. That the announcer could say something like that, and then all of a sudden we get bad decisions and this and that. Is all this stuff playing together? I mean, I'm not accusing anybody. I'm just trying to make sense of the whole thing. I mean, there's just too many what we call coincidences that are there. Okay, go back, look at all 3 of the fights this year. Piss poor judging in 3 major championship fights. Okay, doesn't make any sense, guys. This is boxing. Okay, the world is watching this. This is supposed to be the #1 pastime. Okay, is boxing. How come we can't enjoy boxing anymore? Okay, we got to step up, coaches, podcasters, everybody. We all got to step up and we got to start holding these people accountable. If we don't have a committee, then what we got to do is just remember the names of these people. Remember how many times they made these bad decisions. Make those complaints happen. We have to do that because it doesn't make sense. And remember what I said. Who are the experts? The experts are the former fighters, the current fighters. Okay, and the coaches that are doing this every single day. Guys like a Teddy Atlas, okay? Guys like a Freddie Roach, okay? Guys that are doing this every single day. And you don't have to know who these guys are. If these guys are licensed coaches, if they're former champions, okay, they're former fighters, those are the experts. It's just that simple. Casual fans are not experts. They just got. That's what they are. Okay? You got boxing that's out there. You got guys that are considered pundits. Okay? Pundits are guys that are basically they got great knowledge of boxing. Okay? And they could quote the facts and they can know this and all that other stuff, but they never boxed before. Okay, it's a little bit different when you stepping inside that ring, and you putting your life on the line. Okay, things become more real. Okay, you understand why these guys are doing it, what makes them tick, and all these other things. And you got to have that knowledge. Okay, you just can't go in there judging, and you really never done it before, because all that makes a decision. All that is all that. You use everything that you have inside of you, all the things that you've done to make a good decision. Okay, basically that's the bottom line to it. That was my point that I'm trying to make. Okay, this year, 3 championship fights. Piss poor judging, downright shitty judging, and I have to agree with what Eddie Hearn has been saying. There has been masterclass boxing, and the judges are getting it wrong. Why does this keep happening in boxing? When is somebody going to step up and say, this got to stop? When are the sanctioning bodies is going to step up and say this has got to stop? It doesn't make sense. When is the Nevada State Athletic Commission going to say something? When is the California State Athletic Commission going to say something? Hey, look, no, you can't continue doing this. Okay, I mean, does somebody got to file a lawsuit against you guys in order for you guys to wake up? It doesn't make any sense, guys. Come on now. I mean, because they're representing you. Okay, those judges, they're representing you. Those referees that are making those bad decisions, they're representing that commission that they work for. Is that commission corrupt? I mean, the commission may not be corrupt, but come on. You making these bad decisions, and if it's something that's starting to show a pattern, now we really got to do something about this, okay? I remember when Adelaide Bird, she made a decision, and everybody jumped down her throat. Now, I don't know what happened to Adelaide Bird after that. I don't know if Adelaide Bird is still judging boxing or nothing, because I haven't heard nothing from her from a long time. It's been a couple years now. I don't know if she retired. Okay, I don't know what happened to Tony Weeks when Tony Weeks made a decision. There's several other judges that are out there and referees that made bad decisions, and we don't see them anymore. So I don't know what happened. Did they just quit? Did they resign, or what? What's going on? Okay, we don't know. But my whole point of what I'm saying is, if these guys are making bad decisions and it's starting to become a pattern, we got to go, what's going on here? Why is boxing like this? Okay, then we need to do something about it. We need to have alternative judges, or let's just take it back to the 15 rounds to where it's 45 minutes of fighting, and we just take the judges out. The only person that we would have to worry about basically is the referee at that particular point. But in 15 rounds, hey, look, if you don't have the resolve to go 15 rounds, then the referee is going to stop it, because you're going to get yourself either seriously damaged or killed in that ring. You understand? Because remember, I said it before, and I'm going to continue saying, boxing is straight savagery. Okay, we got guys in the game that want to glamorize the business and make it seem like it's pretty. Okay, that just don't mix. Prettiness and savagery don't mix, bro. It just doesn't mix. You can't be one and the other at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so look, listen, the bottom line to it is this. We got to get the judges on track. Okay, and the way to get them on track is to hold them accountable. And the way to hold them accountable, if we can't get a committee going, like Teddy Atlas I've been out there saying, we need to hold these guys accountable. We can't get a committee going, then we as podcasters and everybody else out there, like I said earlier in the video, in the beginning of the fight, they announce who the judges are. Okay, we should remember, if this judge made a bad decision, strike one. Then we hear about it again, maybe a year, maybe 2 years down the line again. Did this judge make another bad decision? Strike two. That's twice that he made the bad decision on a fight. Come on now. There's training for boxing coaches. Is there consistent training for judges? Okay. Look, listen. I know, as a coach, right? Okay. Even as a USA boxing coach, I have to consistently upgrade my safe sport. I have to consistently do different types of classes and things like that in order for me to continue learning, because it's an educational process. Is it the same way for the judges? And if it is, why are these judges making bad decisions if they're getting educated? Okay. Again, what sanctioning body said effective aggression, you get points for it. No sanctioning body has said that. It's not even in any of the rules. If it is, somebody please send it to me. Send the whole rule book to me. And I want to see it, because I looked it up and I didn't see no sanctioning body say you get points for effective aggression. Okay? You don't get any points for effective aggression. You get points for punches landed. That's what you get. Okay? Now, I do know that sometimes announcers may say, oh, well, he has effective aggression and he says this and he says that. Maybe it was an announcer that put it out there. I don't know. But I'm just trying to figure out who started that narrative, who put that out there, because it's changing the whole fight game. Okay, and it's wrong. It's getting away from what the rules actually are in boxing. Okay, effective aggression. I don't know nothing about getting points for that. Okay, where did it come from? Who came up with it? Why? Okay, we starting to see guys that are pitching shutouts, and because the other guy's coming forward, that means he won the fight. Come Come on now. You know, again, I got to agree with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, you know, he's been on there several times. I could go and Google all the times Eddie Hearn has talked about piss poor judging, just straight crap, shitty judging. Okay, I could go there, and I'm not the only one. I mean, even other boxing fans. I mean, we seen more fights, but just this year alone, I'm talking about this year alone, 3 fights. They on the screen. Those 3 fights right there. You guys can go back. You could look at them. Piss poor shitty judging. All right, guys, that's all I got for now. Okay, and you guys have a wonderful day. It's beautiful here in sunny California, and all I got to say to you guys is remember something: keep punching. Don't get punched on. Peace.